And shifting our focus to West Asia, an Israeli strike on a school in Gaza City killed over 20 Palestinians. Local medics say the strike also torched tents and classrooms where displaced families took shelter. In yet another incident, Israeli strike targeted tents in the southern city of Khan Yunis. In the aftermath, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas urged Hamas to hand over Gaza hostages. Our next report telling you more.
The school turned shelter in northern Gaza City's Al-Tufa neighborhood was a soft target. It killed at least 10 people, including a child. These were the members of displaced families, ordinary Palestinians housing in tents and classrooms of the school, which was set on fire. Hours after the attack took place, pieces of charred furniture were seen in flames as survivors sifted through rubble and destruction caused by the strikes. Many lost their lives as they slept.
We were sleeping and suddenly something exploded. We started looking and found the whole school on fire. The tents here and there were on fire. Everything was on fire. The class here was on fire. The class there was on fire. And we didn't know how to escape from the fire. What happened? An earthquake. It was worse than an earthquake or a volcano. We don't know what happened.
We were displaced from the Tufa area to Jaffa school. As you can see, a suicide drone targeted the entire school, not just a single room or classroom. They struck the whole school with a suicide drone.
Another Israeli strike tore through a tent in Khan Yunis, killing many, bidding a heartbreaking farewell. Gazans mourned the loss of their loved ones.
We want to rest. We do not want war. We want an end to this. We are a people who are poor, devastated. Our lives are lost. We do not war. We want an end to this. We want rest.
The Israeli army threw sound bombs and tear gas during a raid in the West Bank village of Kobar. They occupied the house and interrogated relatives of a former Palestinian prisoner released as part of the exchange deal between Hamas and Israel. There's just no end to the death and destruction in Gaza. The barrage of deadly strikes is a nightmare for locals that refused to end. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has urged Hamas to lay down arms and hand over hostages still held in Gaza. He says this is the only way to prevent Israeli attacks on the territory.
It has given the criminal occupation excuses to commit its crimes in the Gaza Strip, the most prominent being the holding of hostages. Why have they taken them hostage? I'm the one paying the price. Our people are paying the price, not Israel.
On March 18, Israel resumed its military campaign in Gaza following the collapse of a 2-month ceasefire. Gaza health authorities say Israeli strikes have killed over 1,600 Palestinians since then. And the numbers are only mounting with each passing day. From the looks of it, peace seems to be slipping away from Gazans, and with aid to Gaza blocked indefinitely, relief in any near future seems distant and fading. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Following this press briefing, so we'll not be in a position to take questions from you. We can do that subsequently. With that, I give the floor to Foreign Secretary. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Randir. Good evening. Thank you all for your patience and for joining at this relatively late hour. I have some prepared remarks that I'll share with you, and as Randir said, due to some preoccupations, will not be able to take questions tonight. The Cabinet Committee on Security met this evening under the chairmanship of the Honorable Prime Minister. The CCS was briefed in detail on the terrorist attack on 22nd April 2025 in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir, in which 25 Indians and 1 Nepali citizen were killed. A number of others sustained injuries. The CCS condemned the attack in the strongest terms and expressed its deepest condolences to the families of the victims and hoped for the early recovery of the injured. Strong expressions of support and solidarity have been received from many governments around the world, which have unequivocally condemned this terror attack. The CCS recorded its appreciation for such sentiments, which reflect zero tolerance for terrorism. In the briefing to the CCS, the cross-border linkages of the terrorist attack were brought out. It was noted that this attack came in the wake of the successful holding of the elections in the Union Territory and its steady progress towards economic growth and development. Recognizing the seriousness of this terrorist attack, the CCS decided upon the following measures. 1. The Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 will be held in abeyance with immediate effect until Pakistan credibly and irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism. 2. The integrated checkpost Atari will be closed with immediate effect. Those who have crossed over with valid endorsements may return through that route before 1 May 2025. 3. Pakistani nationals will not be permitted to travel to India under the SAARC visa exemption scheme visas. Any SVES visas issued in the past to Pakistani nationals are deemed cancelled. Any Pakistani national currently in India under SVES visa has 48 hours to leave India. 4. The Defence, Military, Naval and Air advisors in the Pakistani High Commission in New Delhi are declared persona non grata. They have a week to leave India. India will be withdrawing its own Defence, Navy and Air advisors from the Indian High Commission in Islamabad. These posts in the respective High Commissions are deemed annulled. 5 support staff of the service advisors will also be withdrawn from both High Commissions. 5. The overall strength of the High Commissions will be brought down to 30 from the present 55 through further reductions to be effected by 1st May 2025. The CCS reviewed the overall security situation and directed all forces to maintain high vigil. It resolved that the perpetrators of this attack will be brought to justice and their sponsors held to account. As with the recent extradition of Tahawur Rana, India will be unrelenting in the pursuit of those who have committed acts of terror or conspired to make them possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we come to the closure of this press briefing. Thank you very much.
And that was India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, who laid out the actions that India will be taking after the Pahalgam terror attack. He started the briefing by saying that there was strong support and condolences which received from many governments across the world, and asserted that the attack came in the wake of the successful elections and economic development in the valley. The first step that India will be taking is that the Indus Water Treaty will be held in abeyance and the Atari border to be closed with immediate effect. Apart from that, the India's Foreign Secretary also said that Pakistan nationals will not be allowed to travel to India. These were some of the diplomatic steps that In other news, Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who has been juggling roles due to his involvement in both Tesla and Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, has now pledged to significantly cut back his role in the US government after the electric car firm Tesla reported a huge drop in profit sales for the start of this year. Musk has been leading the newly created advisory body, the Department of Government Efficiency, since last year, which has put the Tesla CEO at the heart of cutting US spending and jobs. However, Musk has now said that the time that he allocates to DOGE would drop majorly from next month. He further said that he would only spend 1 to 2 days per week on it, further emphasizing that the duration he allots to DOGE would depend on Trump and continue as long as he deems useful. Now, let's tell you how bad the Tesla numbers were for Q1 that compelled Musk to take such a decision. The numbers released after the markets closed on April 22nd were much worse than expected. The firm reported a 20% drop in car sales for the first 3 months of the year compared with the same period last year. While profits fell more than 70%, Musk's active role in DOGE has drawn attention and caused political debates, especially as it led to demonstrations and vandalism at several Tesla showrooms. Some investors have also expressed concern that Musk was not spending enough time running Tesla. Musk has now blamed the blowback on people who would try to attack me and the DOGE team. On Tuesday, the Tesla CEO had said that he thought Tesla was the car company least affected by tariffs because of its localized supply chains in North America, Europe and China, but added that the tariffs were still tough on a company where margins are still low. AI, or artificial intelligence, and advanced tech, it might be coming for your children. Well, according to an online safety watchdog, images of child sexual abuse created by AI are becoming more realistic. Not just that, the US state of Florida has sued Snap, the owner of photo-sharing app Snapchat, for allegedly addicting children and deceiving parents. The Internet Watch Foundation, or IWF, said that illegal content created and consumed by pedophiles show AI-generated images and videos of child sexual abuse which appear dangerously real, a trend that has picked up majorly last year. In its annual report, the IWF revealed that it received 245 reports of illegal AI-generated child sexual abuse imagery, which is an increase of 380% on the F51 seen in 2023. The reports equated to 7,644 images, a large chunk of which was category A material, which refers to the most extreme type of child sexual abuse content involving violence. What explains this? A more developed technology, perhaps, which is improving by leaps and bounds with every passing day. In February, the UK government announced it will become illegal to possess, create or distribute AI tools designed to generate child sexual abuse material. It has also mandated that it will become illegal for anyone to possess manuals that teach people how to use AI tools to either make abusive imagery or to help them abuse children. More alarming is the fact that AI-generated pictures is surfacing on the open internet, which is browsed by people of all ages. And not just the dark web, this might pose major harm to children and teenagers. However, this is not just exclusive to the United Kingdom. In the US, Florida has sued social media app Snapchat over complaints that it violates children's mental health by overexposing them. The state of Florida has accused that Snapchat features such as infinite scrolling, push notifications, autoplay videos, etc. All these features, it hooks children instantly and exposes them to content that are harmful to them. Snapchat has also come under fire for allowing the provision for opening accounts of children aged 13 and younger. This indicates a dangerous pattern that digital child abuse is increasingly becoming the order of the day. And despite laws surrounding it being affected, In countries like UK, such cases are on the rise. How can these be prevented? And that's increased parental control. That's the way out. Or should big techs and AI-driven tools or media self-regularize themselves even more in a bid to minimize the reach of objectionable content to underage audience? At this point, these are more questions than answers.